Hey people, how's it going? Hope you all are doing great. Today's episode is about unqualified audit reports. At the conclusion of the audit, the third party audit firm issues an audit report to the organization. If the report is unqualified, it is a great achievement for everybody involved in the audit program. Usually, the prime from the compliance team who manages the audit and maintains engagement with internal teams and external auditors gets the credit for the unqualified report, while the rest of the participants don't really get the deserved recognition. In most cases, this is what happens. External auditors identify the exception with the control, which may or may not lead to qualification. Control owners are notified of the exception. Most times, the control owners immediately start working on remediation. If you notice in the above steps that the compliance team prime has not really done anything in terms of heavy lifting, all the difficult work has been done by the external auditors and the control owner teams. The compliance team prime is just acting as the project manager. Most of the guidance on how to remediate is provided by the external auditor, and once the remediation is complete, it is tested by the internal auditor as well. Hence my reluctance on giving the compliance team prime all the accolades for an unqualified audit report. In my eyes, the compliance team audit prime will be worthy of receiving the accolades if the following two processes are included in the compliance program. 1. Post-audit remediation. 2. Continuous compliance. For the post-audit remediation, these are the things that need to be in place. 1. Once the current audit report has been issued, a list of items that need attention should be prepared, and the items on the list can be of the following types: observations, opportunities for improvement or OFI, exceptions, qualifications. 2. Once the audit firm issues the management letter points, it should be checked against the list, and anything that is missing in the list should be added to it. Then a meeting should be conducted with the control owners leadership, usually at the VP level, to bring awareness to them about the identified gaps and get their team's support for remediation. The senior leader or VP should ensure that they send an email to their teams informing them to provide full support to the compliance team to remediate the issues. The compliance team then meets with each of the control owners and identifies a deadline by which the remediation should be complete. Once all of this is done, a project manager should take over to ensure tracking and reporting is done both upwards and downwards. As the remediation is completed, the compliance team must ensure that they test the controls to ensure it is indeed being remediated and will pass the external auditor's scrutiny. Now that the post-audit remediation activities are in flight, another parallel activity that can happen and should happen is the continuous compliance. What that means is, after the audit has concluded, the compliance activities just don't stop over there. They should continue as normal standard operating procedure. So what do I mean by continuous compliance? Continuous compliance is a methodology whereby the control owners are periodically, as and when the audit evidence is required or the policy requires the control owners to do some activities, those activities are completed, and once they're completed, the evidence is uploaded into a central repository of some sorts. Once that is done, the audit prime or the compliance prime should be notified by the control owner that this activity has been completed, at which point the compliance prime should go and verify the evidence for validity and ensure that it is indeed addressing the control as it was designed and as it is operating. And they have to make sure that they critique it from the point of view of an auditor. so that when a real audit happens, there are less chances of a failure. If the post-audit remediation and continuous compliance are practiced as mentioned, this is where the success of the compliance program surfaces, and indeed there should be no shame in providing accolades to the audit prime and to the whole team involved in ensuring they meet the control requirements. Continuous compliance ensures most of the evidence has already been collected, which ultimately results in less audit fatigue for the control owners, for the audit team, and it makes the audit to proceed rather smoothly because the auditors already have collected more than 50% of the evidence, and they can analyze it and ask any questions that it might have during the course of the audit, and make it a win-win situation for everybody. Hope you like my thoughts on this. If you have any questions, you can always reach to me via my website, sekinoid.com, and all my contact details are there. Thank you. Have a nice day.